What's up, everyone? Welcome to Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze. And yes, I'm coming to you live from a totally undisclosed, top secret location. Don't ask where I am because I'm not telling. Let's just say the Wi-Fi is good and the tea is still hot. Before we start, as a quick disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes only. These are my opinions based on public information. We're here to vent, bond, and share our Blaze thoughts. So be cool. Don't be all like uncool. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel at Jenny Blaze. Follow at Bravo and Blaze everywhere on social media. Leave a 5-star review for the podcast. And if you want the exclusive tea, sign up at patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. Today, we are running through the full Bravo TV lineup. No fluff, no filler, just the good, the bad, and the absolutely unhinged. If you're watching live, drop your hot takes in the chat, and I will do my best to read as many as I can. Let's begin. Actually, before we begin, excuse me, let me switch this. I'm going to tell you all what to watch. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I must tell you all to go check out my interview with Susie from Official Binge or Cringe, where we did a deep dive on Love Island. This week, the reunion was filmed. I totally forgot about it. I thought we were done with this show, but apparently they're making rounds still. So Ariana Madix and Andy Cohen filmed the reunion this week. And some of the cast was on Watch What Happens Live after, what night was it? Was it Wednesday night? I think Wednesday night. And the reunion will air on Peacock on August 25th at 9 p.m. Eastern. That also seems like a long time away, but whatever. Does anyone care? I don't think I care. I'm shocked that anyone is still together, but whatever. Check that out. Check out my interview with Susie, and then also go check out my interview with Dana from the Bravo Investigator, where we both spilled some tea related to the Real Housewives of Orange County. It is somewhat related to, actually it is related to this season. So yeah, go check that out. I personally dislike Real Housewives of Orange County, but I think Real Housewives of Orange County, love Bravo and Blaze. You can't see because I have sunglasses on, but I'm winking, and stay tuned. All right, let's get into our Bravo TV lineup. First up, I'm skipping Sunday. I'm not talking about King's Court. I said this before. I would love to get to know Tyson Beckford, the guy from WWE, and that one NBA player, former player, but not in this setting. And I wish them all the best of luck, but we don't need these kind of dating shows. Like the women being set up, I'm here for. Bravo's Love Hotel, bring it on. But I'm not into King's Court. Anyways, okay, Monday. Monday is my new favorite Bravo TV day. Isn't that wild? So first we have Below Deck, Season 12, Episode 10, The Rumor Mill. The crew celebrates Kyle's birthday while he gets acquainted with the local tourists. Oh my God. Kyle's bruised ego causes him to lash out at Solange and reveal a shocking secret. Captain Carey and his crew grapple with what to do about Kyle's revelation. Okay, so Kyle is a deckhand. This is his second season of Below Deck. In his first season, he hooked up with Barbie and had a boatman. So he wasn't single and mingling. He was just hooked up with Barbie and that was it. I think he tried to do the same thing with Solange, and they did hook up. They had sex, but she is a former Love Island person. That doesn't mean anything to her. She went and hooked up with 3 more people after that. And I think he really was butthurt, so butthurt that he tells everyone that he had sex with the primary charter guest, Helen. And which is weird because we saw she had no top on. They're in the water, in the ocean, and like he's holding her. And then according to Kyle, she is the one who grabbed him and like slipped it in. But I don't know if is that true? Like they were on camera and they even didn't they have a camera underwater? Like, wouldn't we know? It was nuts. But after this episode, Kyle was on Watch What Happens Live and he's still being wishy-washy about the whole situation. He's like, I don't know, ask Helen. I saw Helen write a comment on someone's post. Someone started circulating it and she kind of made it vague too. Like, I don't know, maybe not. Like, what? Do you guys think that they really did? Like, what? And her husband was there? Do they have an open marriage or something? Like, what the hell? And also, why would Kyle do this knowing it could risk his job? I don't know. But this was like the nastiest episode I think I've ever seen on Below Deck. I'm going to go back to my tweets from that night. So first I'm like, why would Kyle even say anything? Why would he tell the whole crew? So fucking weird, right? Whether it's true or not, both situations are weird. Why did he do this? And then after he allegedly hooked up with the primary and tells everyone or lied about it, whatever, they go out and Kyle gets up from the table, walks over to the bar. There's a woman at the bar. They're talking for no longer than 7 minutes. It was under 7 minutes. They start making out and then they leave, go on the beach, and you could see I think he took off her pants, but then and then she was like on top of him and they were kissing. But then they went into the bathroom and apparently were having sex on the floor of the bathroom, men's bathroom, because apparently this woman's head, I don't know what, Martine from Boston's head was underneath a urinal, and Fraser is the one who walked in on it, like didn't know what was going on. This part was like, I was so shocked. I couldn't even comprehend what was going on, but Jess comes over. She got a picture of it. So that's like completely wrong. I couldn't, in my mind, I was just like, so many things are happening. Like it didn't even register to me that she did that. And she shouldn't have. But not only did she take a picture, but then she went and showed everyone. And I just did not need to see that. But also, what the fuck is wrong with Kyle? Like, why is he doing this? What is going on? Is this all because Solange didn't want to have a boat dance with him? What is wrong with him? Ugh. And he had unprotected sex. Blah. Oh my God. Fraser said, that is feral and savage. I agree. My tweet was like, no. It actually makes me sick. They're so disgusting. Unprotected sex with 2 different people in the same day. So gross. So gross. Solange, thank God she's not going around having unprotected sex with strangers or charter guests, but she went like the opposite direction. She's like coloring, like doodling back at home back at the boat while Jess and Barbara are having a proper date finally. It just feels like this girl is definitely playing Love Island still. I don't think she knows that she's on Below Deck. She got dumped by everyone. So yeah, it's Kyle's birthday. I was kind of hoping, not hoping, I don't want to see people get fired, but if he did get fired, it would be pretty funny if it was on his birthday, because he was like celebrating and wearing like birthday stuff. And then the captain's like, Kyle needs to see you in the, what is it called? Captain's, what is it called? Somebody knows. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. What else? So yeah, Kyle goes on Watch Happens Live and says he definitely wants to do OnlyFans, but he thinks he was judging. Okay. I've never seen this before. He was kind of talking down on OnlyFans, not in a way that's like, oh my God, they're so disgusting. It was more like, I can do better and I can do more. He said if he goes that route, he wants to go all in and do porn. Sounds like corn, but starts with a P. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that or not, but I'm just like, why is this man doubling down? Like, all right, is this normal? I mean, I guess if you're a dude, I don't know. What is happening? I'm just so confused. Captain Carey. I need to go through Twitter and look at Captain Carey's tweets, because he usually live tweets, but then he also goes through the next day and responds. So there's some good insight in there. I highly recommend you go check that out. Okay, what else? Princess Francois, not you being incognito. Yes. Yes, King's Court premise is really cringe, but the show is entertaining, and it seems there may be an after filming romance. I did see the guy from WWE have a tear streaming down his face, and that kind of did spark my interest a little bit, but still not convinced. You can still keep trying. I'm open, but not quite there yet. Okay, actually, I turned off my TV. I had Bravo on before, and the McBee Dynasty was on. This is my favorite hate watch currently at the moment. I'm open to hating more shows. But the McBee Dynasty, we're in season 2, episode 7, Nashville Hot. Steven gets himself and his brothers into hot water with the McBee women when he ropes them into a work boys trip to Nashville before Jesse gets married. 2 weeks before the wedding, Jesse is cornered to pressure Allie with a prenup. A mysterious set of women's boots has Steven and Jesse wondering who spent the night. Galena arrives in Nashville, but isn't the only Russian in town. Oh my God, what a mess. This show is so wild. I love it. And not because I love the McBees. They're like everything I hate wrapped into a whole family. And by default, I'm rooting for every single woman that has to deal with them. I'm sorry. That's just the way it works. But let's see. First of all, before I watched the episode, I saw one scene where he's like, Steve Jr. is sulking because he's broken up with Calla. And then he's like, I want to take a trip with my brothers and blah, blah, blah. We're going to do work. And I actually, in that moment, was like, you know what? I don't think it's that big of a deal if they go to Nashville. They have a family business. I think they should take every opportunity. If they're actually doing business and they're getting like some kind of return on their investment for this trip, I think that it's not a big deal for them to go. And I think it's good quality time that they can spend together as a family. Like, if I could have a family business like that, I think that would be, I don't know, maybe the grass is always greener. I feel like in my mind, I picture a family business being like the ultimate dream. Like, you get to spend time with your family. This is like if you like your family, but you get to spend time with your family and work together. Like, that's great, I think. However, as I'm watching the episode, I didn't realize it was the same weekend as Casey's baby shower, but not just her baby shower. She also had maternity, like a maternity photo shoot, and Cole wasn't even there at all. Like that, I think is messed up. And so I kind of retracted my thoughts about the trip because at first I thought it wasn't a big deal for them to go. But then after learning that they missed out on two big events for Casey. This is her first pregnancy. Ugh, I would be pissed. Shame on you. And I also learned why the McBee boys are the way that they are, I think, a little bit more after this episode, because there was a scene with Christy, the mom, Mama McBee, with Steve Jr. They meet at like a coffee shop or something. And the entire time, Steve Jr. was basically having a tantrum that he's single and lives in the middle of nowhere. He's like, what do you want me to do? Just sit at home with my chickens and not do anything? Like, yeah, bruh, do that, please. What is your problem? And why is he talking to his mother like that? I was fully prepared to see Christy backhand him or something. And I do not condone violence, but like, that's his mother. And the way he was talking to her, I was just like, oh, here we go. I'm getting all hyped. Like, come on, Mama McBee, let's do this. But she just sat there and like, she didn't react. And I'm glad that she got up and walked away because she didn't feed into it. But somebody never got spanked as a child, and it definitely shows. I could not believe he spoke to his mother like that. And about what he was whining about, like, oh my God, I'm a single guy, boo-hoo. Like, grow the fuck up, dude. Like, everyone has to learn how to be happy by themselves and alone. What is your problem? He's like, oh, I gotta go to Nashville with my brothers. Like, chill the fuck out. Go to Nashville by yourself. Go hang out. Get new friends. I don't know. Like, am I contradicting myself? At first, I'm like, yeah, spend quality time. But now I'm like, what the fuck? This episode just really fucked with me. But then on top of it, oh my gosh. Don't forget, Steve Sr. We haven't seen Steve Sr. at all for 6 episodes. We're on episode 7 of season 2. We finally see Steve Sr. and he comes to eat lunch with his sons or whatever. And who shows up but Galena? And I'm thinking she wouldn't want to go to lunch if he's there. And I'm also assuming she wants to sit as far away as possible, because if I were Galena, I would be fuming. I would not be able to sit there and be like, oh, everything's fine and I'm happy. No, Galena sat right next to him. I was like, oh my God, Galena is so gangster. It's like, salute. I have no choice but to stand. And because of this, so I guess it was like in everyone's eyes, because the McBee sons have been basically brainwashed and trained to ignore huge red flags and poor behavior in their father. They're just like, oh yeah, just a normal lunch. Okay, well, Masha, his new girlfriend, isn't very happy about that and is texting him nonstop, which we already know, like, this relationship is doomed, right? I mean, the way that they met was through Galena, and Masha started sleeping with Steve Sr. while Galena was still living with Steve Sr., allegedly. Whatever. There's no, like, she code or whatever, because I can't even like think about the thought of kissing or anything romantic with any of my friends men that they're currently with, obviously, but not even like people that they dated in the past. Like, it seems like, ugh, right? And so obviously Steve Sr. is like nuts. This is his third mistress that he's on. And I kind of don't blame Masha for going nuts on him. Like, they started their relationship as an affair. So I guess these are the repercussions. You reap what you sow, farmers. We know this, right? Okay, what else? Hold on, let me go back to my tweets. Let's see, what are you guys saying? This hat is giving Meredith's bangs around, has given Meredith's bangs around for their money, not paid by anyone, said. Yes, Meredith's bangs could never. What if I wore the bangs and the hat? I should have done that. Maybe next time. Astrological said, I was surprised he talked to his mom like that too. Little boy in a big man body. Or like Lord Farquaad. I'm sorry. That's all I see when I see those guys. Okay, let me see. Oh, and Steve Jr., like, Cole took a baby moon with Casey, and Steve Jr. is like giving him shit about it. Like, men need to stop giving other men shit for being good partners to their wives or partners, whatever. Like, that's a good thing that he did. But no, Steve Jr. is like, well, since you're a full-time vacationer now, you know what? I take it back. The dream is not to work with your family. I take it back. Oh my God. I would be so annoyed if I had to deal with this kind of shit at work. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. And then I'm referencing Lord Farquaad again in my tweets. I hate saying Steve Sr. Oh my God. When I found out that Galena and Masha were going to be in Nashville at the same time, I had anxiety immediately. I was like, oh my God. No. So yeah, I found out during the show that the Nashville trip was during the baby shower and the maternity shoot. That pissed me off. And then when I see Lord Farquaad on the screen, Steve Sr., I am immediately repulsed. Still don't know how Galena can sit right next to Steve Sr. Like, I would not even be able to look at him. Also, who made Cole so delusional? Like, this guy. Do you guys remember that movie, Rat Boy? That's all I'll say. Cole seems to think that he is a 11 on a scale of 1 to 10. And that's very confusing for me because I don't see that. But he walks around and acts like that. And actually, Casey said that Cole is the most like Steve Sr., who also is like that. He walks around acting like he's an 11 out of 10. And I'm just not getting it. I don't get it. Do you guys? Max is here. Max said, hey, all, Masha wasn't supposed to be there at the trip. I know. He was so pissed. She showed up, and I love that she spiraled. So at the Boots or whatever, it was the other brother. What's his name? We never see him. The youngest one. He's like 22. He like met some girl when they were out, and he fell in love with her and like took her home, whatever. So it wasn't Cole, which I wouldn't have thought that anyways, but they were trying to make it seem like it might be Cole. And I'm like, who would do that? How does Cole think that he, like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. But I love that Masha spiraled. I also want to note that 2 of their trucks had smashed windows the next morning. And the way that this whole family reacted to it was like psychotic to me. I was like, why are they so calm about it? I would be calling the police right away to make a report. But also, I think deep down, they're trying to claim like, oh, it must have been someone drunk at night walking by or whatever. I think deep down they know that it was Masha. Like, I don't know for sure if it was Masha, but I personally feel like it was Masha. And this is like business as usual around Steve Sr. because look at what happened to his cowboy hats. They were massacred. The chickens are gone. The Porsche, $7,000 in damage. Damn. The show is crazy. I just like really want Galena and Masha to join forces because I think they're both at the like this insane level of intensity that if they put their power together, oh my God, Steve Sr. would get exactly what he deserves. And I need to see that someday. It's coming soon. I did hear that Steve Sr. is getting sentenced sometime in September. And that was kind of a tongue twister to say. So I'm not going to say it again. But I love. I was screaming when Masha came in to that house in Nashville and just turned all the way up on Steve Sr. She walks in so calm. She's like, happy birthday, Jesse. Hi, boys. Oh, where's your father? Okay. She walks up the stairs very cool, calm, casually. And then behind closed doors, you can hear them fighting and screaming. The boys look scared. But at the same time, I think they're so used to this behavior that they're like, they don't know how to react really. They're just like, oh my God, it's happening. She comes down again, cool, calm, casual, walking like Mick Jagger pretty much. And then she turns around slowly and gives Steve McBee Sr. the finger and just walks out with a smile on her face. And again, it's just like so gangster. I have no choice but to stand, I feel like. Oh my God, these two. Ay. I guess scenes for the next episode, Cole may be proposing, and I don't know if they're engaged right now, but I hope that Casey says no. I think she should say no. Max said, the Steves are bad influence. Seriously, that trip was unnecessary, I think. Or just do it. Like, how far is Nashville from Gallatin? Do they really need to stay overnight? Why can't they just come back in one day? I don't get it. All right, let's go to the next show. We had, I really don't want to talk about The Valley. The Valley is finally over. We can all celebrate. Yay! One less Alex Baskin show during the week. I still can't stand the other one, but I'll just read this real quick. The Valley, Season 2, Episode 18, Reunion Part 3. While Kristen and Luke reminisce over their Hawaiian engagement, the argument between the Buccos and the Capernas threatens to derail happier memories. Jesse gets called to task by Andy. Zach, in an effort to make peace within the friend group, extends an olive branch to Janet. I honestly, I watched it, but I don't think I retained much other than Jesse definitely was producing his life and trying to shield his girlfriend from the cameras, which I think is kind of weird. And I think Andy was right for calling him out because apparently after that Zen party, there was a big blow up where Jesse's girlfriend showed up and Jesse's like, well, she just showed up and they had a boom mic over her or whatever. And Andy's like, yeah, I would too. You're on a reality show. And that's another reason why I don't like Jesse Lally, because he is so produced. I 100% believe he has a binder where he is trying to produce himself. He's got, I don't know, clapbacks. He's got maybe jokes. He's got strategy in this binder. I'm willing to bet there's a table of contents with page numbers. That's what I think. But the best part of Tuesday night, for me personally, was Seth Rogen being on Watch What Happens Live. And we all know Seth Rogen is a Bravo fan, particularly Vanderpump Rules. And he even did like a little promo thing with them once, like over 10 years ago, which has recently resurfaced. I think, I don't want to say it wrong. It's either Best of Bravo or Brands by Bravo. One of them, I think, reposted it, but it's so funny because Alana Glazer is in it too, from Broad City. I freaking love her. And then I don't know his name, but the guy he's in Marvel. And also I think he's in The Boys on Amazon Prime. But, or maybe I'm mixing up people. But anyways, I have been saying since Sandoval, I've been like tagging Seth Rogen. I've been very loud about how I really need Seth Rogen's thoughts on The Valley and Vanderpump Rules because I know he's watching. He even went to something about her after Sandoval and after they opened with his wife. I think it was her birthday. They went to something about her. Seth was so funny. He definitely watches, and I love that he has deep knowledge of Bravo. Well, I don't want to say deep, but like deeper than the average person. But then I got really upset. It was like finding out that like Santa was not real or something. He said that the breakout star of Next Gen NYC was Georgia. And I almost lost my mind. I'm like, Seth Rogen, we're done. How dare you? First of all, that's wrong. It's DJ Meredith Marks. Don't get it twisted. She is the breakout star of Next Gen NYC. Georgia doesn't even wash her hands. Seth, I'm judging you. Okay. Already I'm like pissed. But then on top of it, he goes on to say that his dream blunt rotation would be the captains from Below Deck. He said the captains he likes the most, he named Captain Sandy first. Like, what? Oh my God, that pissed me off so bad. I was like, we're done. I don't like Seth Rogen anymore. But then he went and totally redeemed himself. They did a Clubhouse Playhouse reenactment of Kristen Doute's infamous scene from when Miami Girl showed up at SUR and Kristen is outside smoking a cigarette. Scheana's yelling at Kristen, which I still don't understand why Scheana was crying and so angry that Kristen may have had something to do with this. She's like, I'm getting married in 2 weeks. How could you do this? Like, what does this have to do with Scheana's wedding? Like, it's so weird. And I just love how, I don't think Seth Rogen delivered it the same way that Kristen Doute did in the original scene, but I like the way that Seth Rogen reenacted it because he was screaming the whole time. And I just thought he was brilliant because he was like, I didn't know about Miami Girl. It's too funny. I posted it. He says, suck a dick. And what I really loved about the suck a dick part was that he put the cigarette in his mouth and went to go light it, which was spot on. That is very in sync with the original scene. I loved it. Okay, I need to move on. Wait, before I do that, Max said classic Bravo VPR scene. So good. Seth Rogen is a great comic actor. He really is. I think because he doesn't care how stupid he looks. And I love that. Max said it wasn't about Scheana at the moment. Yo, that was so crazy. Scheana, like, why are you? She was like crying and like, how could you do this to me? Like, what are you talking about? What does this have to do with Scheana? She's so nuts. Okay, what else? I'm so glad it's over. I really don't like the Valley. If Scheana and Brock are coming for season 3, I don't think that's that bad, but it's not great. Bringing Sandoval, why would you even ask him? That I think is not smart. However, I did see Tom Sandoval being interviewed and saying he doesn't really want to do reality TV anymore. And I was like, oh my God, is Tom Sandoval actually growing? Is he getting better? Because that's all I want for him, is to grow, become self-aware, and be a better person, even if it's like a tiny bit. Just give me something, anything, I'll take it. And I think this might be it. I could be wrong because he's fooled me before, but I hope this is the beginning of Tom Sandoval becoming a better person. Okay. Wait, Max said, why did Michelle and Aaron break up? Maybe we'll find out in season 3. Okay. Whoops, not that way. Miami. We have 2 new episodes of Miami this week, which is good because I probably won't talk about OC that much, but Real Housewives of Miami, season 2, episode 10, The Thrill of Seville. The ladies jet off to Seville, Spain, and while some fly private, others experience a travel nightmare. Julia stirs up trouble with Alexia upon her arrival. Tensions boil over at dinner as Stephanie and Alexia have a heated confrontation. Okay, this episode was so funny to me because of the dinner. But before we get there, I'm going to walk through my tweets as I refresh my memory. So the first thing I tweeted was, I wonder what Stephanie would be like if she didn't have Masood's money. And the reason why I said that is because I don't know if this is true, but it sounds like it's true. I mean, there's like legal filings. I think Masood's first wife was the one who started this business and funded it. And his children are actually suing Masood, I believe, allegedly, because of the way that they, like, the trust or something was mishandled. I'm not really sure. Maybe I just made up the trust part, but it doesn't look good, right? And also the rumor is that Stephanie was allegedly his wife's personal assistant and started sleeping with Masood. So if that is the case, then yeah, I want to know, what is Stephanie like without Masood's money? Would she be boss baby so much? I don't think so. Just wondering. So during this dinner, don't forget, this whole trip was organized by Marisol and Julia, and the purpose of it was to get Alexia to detach from Todd. Okay, and so Marisol hires this flamenco, or what's the style of song? I don't know. I think it was flamenco. This flamenco singer to make a customized song for Alexia, and he did. I actually think he did an amazing job for Alexia and her emotional needs. But oh my God, just the way I was screaming, I had to pause it. I'm like, no way, no way, no way. Because they didn't know that it was going to happen when it did. And so Marisol and Alexia they are awkwardly turned in their chair, like listening to this guy who's belting out Alexia, her name and this song that he wrote, and he is putting his all into it. And Alexia is like this close to him. So of course she's going to start crying, because like I said, he did do a good job capturing like her emotional needs. And then Marisol, I feel like she had no choice but to go all in with Alexia because they were like sitting so close. It was so awkward. So Marisol's crying, and the rest of the women are just like trying not to laugh, but then they start giggling. I was laughing immediately, not at the guy. Like I said, he did a good job, but I was just laughing at this whole scene. It was so chaotic, and like I had so many emotions. I couldn't believe what was happening. I was like, oh my God. But I do want to tell you all, like, do not ever do this to me, ever. Do not ever, ever. I would probably have to get up and walk away. I don't know what I would do, or I'd start laughing and then it'd be uncomfortable for everybody. I don't know, but don't waste your money on something like this for me, because it would not be effective or fruitful. Oh my gosh. Okay. So Lisa, everyone's mad at Lisa because she missed the flight. I don't get mad at stuff like that. But then they said, oh, she didn't even text us or tell us. And I was like, oh, wait, that is kind of messed up. Turns out on the after show, Lisa said she did text Alexia. She didn't text everyone, but she texted Alexia. Alexia admitted it on the after show. And she said she has all the texts to prove it. And I do believe her, because who in their right mind would want to take a train from Madrid to Seville? Can you imagine Lisa Hochstein on this whole journey? Like, that should have been documented. Why didn't they have cameras? It sounds really awful. I would have probably said, forget it. Also, there's this rumor going around that Julia threw a chair at Marisol, and I want to know when that happened. Was it on this trip? Because I don't know if they're including it. I guess production took it out, is the rumor, but I don't know why. And then I tweeted this: Stephanie is rubbing me the wrong way because she really does seem to think she's boss baby. This is just a personal preference of mine, but I don't like when new people enter a group so aggressively. You need to have some social awareness of the dynamics within a group before you come out guns blazing, like Stephanie Shojai has. And that's just my opinion. And it's not just friend groups. This is like in any kind of group setting. In a work setting, like, you don't want some new employee coming in and being like, we're going to change everything and I'm in charge and you do this and you do that. No, everyone's going to be like, who the hell are you? Why don't you shut up? This is how we do things and you should sit there and learn. And I think that's just the nature of it. This is like sociology 101, right? What do you guys think? Max said, there must be a reason Stephanie got seated next to Andy. Maybe they find out about her situation with her husband. I don't know. Just Kelly's here. Jenny, the hat is amazing. Thank you. This might be a new thing. Kind of love it. Let's see what else. Not paid by anyone said, it baffles me how much support Alexia is getting from the group for willingly letting Todd humiliate her. They are treating her as if she is the one with the terminal illness. I agree. Like, it's kind of wild. It reminds me of Brittany Cartwright. Like, when she was going through in the Valley season 2, everyone's like super, super supportive of her, like probably overextending themselves. Meanwhile, Michelle's also going through a divorce and nobody is saying anything to her. But this is different because Alexia, not paid by anyone is right. Alexia is basically choosing to allow Todd to continue to humiliate her. And it's really awful to see, and it's rough. Not paid by anyone said, I think Michelle and Aaron broke up because Jesse's girlfriend is alleging that Aaron physically tried to remove her from the Zen party. But why would they need to break up over that? Just Kelly said, I hate when a new person shows up and act like they own the place, right? This is just like human nature, I feel like. And it's weird that Stephanie's like, I don't have a lot of friends because they're disrespectful like you or whatever. Like, I think you don't have a lot of friends because you're a boss baby. Like, stop bossing people around. What else? Okay, so that was the first episode this week. Then we had season 2, episode 11, Unfriend and Unfollow. Larsa becomes enraged, infuriated when Lisa refuses to unfollow her ex on social media while flamenco dress shopping in Seville. Kiki breaks down over receiving concerning death threats. A significant other inserts himself into the ladies' drama. So the Larsa and Lisa feud is my favorite kind of petty housewives feud. I think it's silly. And I think Larsa, I know a lot of people don't like Larsa, and I'm not saying she's a good person, but like Larsa is so funny to me. She legit said, what did she say? I reposted it in my stories. She legit said, if my grandmother broke up with my grandfather, I would unfollow my grandfather. Like, what? Larsa, please. That is so insane. Such a weird thing to even think of. Like, who cares? And I am totally with Lisa. Like, if somebody is trying to boss me around and tell me what to do and unfollow people, I am definitely going to not want to do what they just told me to do. It's out of principle at that point. And like, I feel like Larsa's trying to bully her into doing it, and it's just making Lisa want to do it less and less. And she even said in the after show, she was like, she's lucky I didn't block hers. What I was thinking, I just wish that she said that to Larsa's face. That would have been so funny. Oh, I love their petty feud. I'm here for it. What was very alarming to me, and my mother is an immigrant, so I love to hear immigrant stories, and I also like to hear the differences between immigrant stories, so between different countries. And Kiki is from Haiti. She said that I think she brought 5 people over from Haiti already, like sponsored them so that they could get their citizenship, so that they could start a new life in America. And that's already amazing. Obviously, like she doesn't even have to do that, but she feels like that's her mission or whatever. So she's doing that, but in turn, that's creating her other family members to become resentful and sending her death threats or asking her for money. And that is so like unconscionable. Is that the word? Did I say that right? Like, I can't even think of doing that to anyone, let alone a family member. Like, how can you send death threats to your family member because they aren't doing exactly what you're asking them to do? And like, do you even understand the position that that person is in? It's wild to me. Shame on them. How dare you? I feel so bad for Kiki, and I love Kiki. Yes, I know we're mad at Kiki for not defending Gertie better. I agree with that, but I've kind of like disassociated all that Julia and Gertie stuff out of my head so that I can just enjoy Miami, because the Julia and Gertie stuff really brings me down, and I just like don't even want to think about it. What else? So then in the end, so this was wild to me. They're having dinner. Lisa gets a email or text message saying that she's got to get an affidavit notarized within the hour. And to get something notarized, you have to sign a document in front of a notary. And like, I don't know what is going on in her divorce, but why are they telling her this 1 hour before it needs to be done? That's so crazy to me. But I also understand, I can see that happening. So yeah, she needs to take care of that. And I would never, if that was happening to my friend, I would never be like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I'm over all this stuff, this divorce stuff. Like, what? Larsa, you're crazy. The way that she like went off was so insane to me. I'm like, why is Larsa crashing out right now? And at one point, I actually felt like Larsa was going to cry. I'm like, why is Larsa getting so emotional right now? It was so weird to me. What do you all think? Let me see it in the comments. Oh my God, my throat hurts right now. Max said, I thought the divorce was already settled. Maybe it is now, but at that time, I guess it wasn't. Let's see. Max said, Larsa is unhinged and self-absorbed. Not paid by anyone said, I hate Larsa. Let's see. What else? Oh my God, why is my throat hurting right now? Okay, so this whole Larsa has this like bitch fit over nothing pretty much, and goes and walks out. So many people followed her, which I thought was weird. But then she started talking about Jody, and she's like, I had to block Jody because he kept texting me. And I don't understand Larsa's logic with this. She's like, what man is going to text me like this or whatever? Like, apparently Larsa and Jody have already had conversations in the past. So this wasn't like out of nowhere. I don't know. We're supposed to get more context, and hopefully we can see the text at some point, because Jody is now doing confessionals with Lisa. So I'm here for it. Let me hear all the tea. I want to see the screenshots. I want to see the text messages. I want all of it. What else? Oh, by the way, Lisa is tracking every single bad thing that Larsa has done to her in her notes. So watch out, Larsa. Also, the flamenco dancing was really funny to me. Or were they dancing? I don't know. They were trying to sing. And it was so embarrassing, but like, kind of loved it. Okay, what else? Last thing I'm going to read. We're going to move on to OC, and then I'm going to briefly talk about Salt Lake City real quick. Okay, so Real Housewives of Orange County, season 19, episode 6, What Voodoo You Do? As the New Orleans trip continues, the ladies keep the festivities going by attending a dog parade and making voodoo dolls. Jen continues to question the intention behind sharing the unflattering picture. Shannon remains cautious when Tamara extends an olive branch. Tamara confides in Gretchen about a shocking rumor she believes Katie is spreading to the press, only for it to completely backfire and derail the whole night. I don't even want to talk about this episode. Alex Baskin, his shows are just dark and awful. I don't like watching them. I don't even know what really was going on. I just felt like the microaggressions were so loud to me that it like overpowered everything. And I'm like, why are these people obsessed with hating Katie? It needs to end. It's wild and crazy to me. But did anything good come out of that? I don't think so. I'm going to move on. What do you guys think? Do you guys like OC? Oh, I thought it was funny that Gina actually stood up to Tamara. And I did think it was funny that the Tamara quitting, I posted her quitting notice when it happened. I thought something really big happened, but nothing really big happened. It was, what's her name? Gina, who was like, I think you're on something, you're sloshed and blah, blah, blah. You're wrong. You're being mean to everyone. And that's when Tamara like ran off, but whatever. I guess on 2 T's in a pod, I don't know what day it was. What's today? It was today maybe, or yesterday. Tamara admitted that she was on Xanax. So, and she says she had just, at that time, she was dealing with like learning about Teddy's situation, and that's how she was coping. I mean, whatever. I just still don't understand why she said she wanted to quit, but whatever. Okay, before we leave, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City trailer. Season 6 came out. Hold on, before I move on. Let's see. Max said, Orange County, that episode was so cringy. Some of these women are out of their mind. No, really. And like leaving over the voodoo doll thing, like, come on. Princess Francois, why? They are ganging up on Katie. Shannon is crashing out over her out of proportion hatred to Katie. So irritating to watch. Yeah, it's wild. Like, Shannon, calm down. We know you are very boisterous, but you need to calm down. You only just got redeemed last season. Tone it down. Not paid by anyone, said Tamrat was being performative and Shannon was outrageous. Clearly, these two need to stay away from alcohol. Yes. Max said, I love that hat. Thank you, Max. Not paid by anyone, said, where did you get this hat? I got it from Amazon, guys. But it is like, so it's obviously affordable. But the reason I got it was because I don't like the sun to touch my face. I usually go for an ombre tan. I'll let my legs get tan and lay out there, but not my face. So, and I'm hiding. I like that I can like eat under here. Nobody knows. I can like hit my pen under here. Nobody knows. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, let's quickly talk about Salt Lake City. So the trailer for season 6 came out. I need to fix this. That's crazy. As you may know, if you have been following along for some time, last year when Bronwyn Newport entered Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, she sent me a message one day after I was commenting saying like, and I tried to like Bronwyn. I'm like, some of her outfits are cute. Some of them are costumey, whatever. But something kept rubbing me the wrong way. And when she said I manifested violence against Brittany Bateman, or maybe it wasn't against Brittany Bateman, but it was the night of Angie K's mafia-themed anniversary party. That just like turned me off because I already had this like icky feeling, like witchy gut feeling where I'm like, something about her is off. The way she moves, it's giving me icky vibes. Turns out on the after show during the season, it was like not even mid-season, I don't think, but on the after show, there was a clip that I saw. It was like Halloween Day, October 31st, 2024. I watched the after show and was like, oh my God. I won't repeat what was said. I did include the clip in a Patreon episode and maybe an old episode of Bravo and Blaze. But essentially, I don't even want to repeat what it said in the clip. But all I did was recorded it off YouTube and then I posted it on my social media because I'm like, this is huge. This is a big deal. And it's really messed up if it's true. And Bronwyn had Bravo take it down, that clip, which she admitted at the reunion, I believe, and started this whole smear campaign against me because I posted it. And then she started making up lies saying that I said that she slept with a married man. Like, I never said any of these things. And I'm like, I was so thrown off by her outrageous lies about me that I was like, this is ridiculous. And so I didn't even respond to her when she messaged me. But then I tweeted and said, like, I did a GIF of Mary Cosby looking at her phone like, the fuck? And I said, like, me reading Bronwyn's unhinged and nasty DMs to me. And then because she was like watching everything I did, which is creepy, she responded to my tweet, made up more lies about me, saying I said these things about her, which I never said. Anything I ever said were observations based on the TV show that I was watching real time with everybody else and what was on the after show. She didn't like what my commentary was, or my reactions or my opinions. So since that day, I have been smeared all over Reddit by the same account as, or I'm getting smeared on Reddit by the same person who is also smearing, I don't know if they're pro Blake Lively or against Blake Lively, but they are clearly working on an agenda. Whoever, I think Blake Lively must have hired this person, but if Bronwyn is somehow tied to this person, which I believe she is, because why would this person out of nowhere just like threaten to sue me, like all this crazy stuff? I'm literally just commenting on the show. I have First Amendment rights, as do everyone in this country. Like, why does she even care what my opinion is? That's wild to me. But since then, my children have been defamed. I've been defamed, which I don't really care about Reddit because it's like the least credible source of information and it's run by anonymous users. So I really don't care. But what happened after that? So after the season was over, season 5 was done. Remember, Bronwyn ended that whole season with like, did she buy the necklace? And then she like came up with some crazy ass lie during the reunion. She got caught during the reunion because Lisa Barlow was like, no, I talked to the jeweler and she said you didn't buy anything. And Braun was like, I guess I'll have to go home and post the receipts just like you did. And Lisa's like, yeah, go ahead. Bronwyn never posted any receipts. Well, because of all the way that she behaved throughout the season, that got a lot of people online, on Twitter, on Reddit, on Instagram, on TikTok, starting to question her credibility and her background. And so people started looking at public information and found some history, some criminal history on Bronwyn. And so I interviewed the Bravo Derm from Twitter who found the receipts of her criminal history. And I invited him on my podcast to share his findings. That podcast episode was released right at the beginning of filming for season 6 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They went on a trip to the Below Deck Down Under people. Is that what it's called? Below Deck Down Under with Captain Jason. They go on that trip and they're fighting. You see in the trailer that Heather's like, I don't know, Heather and Lisa were like, you leaked the story or something like that. And I think it has to do with that episode that we did, because that's when we started. That's when on my platform, I shared what findings this person found. So yeah, that's what we have to look forward to. I don't know. I'm scared because I don't want to be part of this story, but if they start talking shit about me, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be so fucking pissed because I have not done anything wrong. Bronwyn will probably run her mouth about me. I'm not saying it'll be on the show, but like I am the one who blocked her because she was watching everything I do and attacking me. So I blocked her. And if she ever comes near me, I'm going to call the police. Maybe. Just kidding. Or not. We'll see. But yeah, I'm kind of scared about this season. I got really upset when I saw Mary and Angie kind of get into it. And Mary was like mad at Angie or whatever. What else happened? I don't know. I don't even know if we're going to cover this show on the weekly live stream, because last season I only covered it on Patreon because I didn't want to I just feel uncomfortable now because I've been attacked by a housewife. Like, that's fucking crazy to me. I'm sorry for the people who have heard this before, but I really do feel like watching reality TV is like watching a play. Like if we were to take the equivalent of back in the day, like before technology, I feel like we're in the audience watching a play. The ladies are living their lives on stage. I make a comment on a piece of paper and show my friend next to me, and Bronwyn sees it from the stage, comes down in the audience and starts yelling at me. Like, that's crazy, right? Should they be doing this? I thought that, like, why do you even care? I'm actually embarrassed that they care. Anyways, what do we got here? Not paid by anyone said, me too. I was hiding from the sun like the plague when I was in Punta Cana. Yeah, no, seriously, I don't want any sun damage on my face. Max said, you're always on point. Thanks, Max. Princess Francois said, oh, I've been here for your drama with Bronwyn. Definitely on your side. Bronwyn is giving con artist vibes. She blames everyone but herself that she brought up her daughter's dad on the show, period. Yes, Princess Francois. I watched that interview you did with that man going over Bronwyn's criminal past. It was like a PSA, a public service announcement to me. Again, Bronwyn giving con artists, y'all. Conwyn. She thought she could hide it up or cover it up, but I don't know what's going to happen. They might not even show it. We will see. All right, my little undercover agents, that's a wrap from today's secret location. We just ran through the full Bravo TV lineup, highs, lows, and everything that made us roll our eyes. Remember, this is all entertainment, all opinion, and all based on public information. We're here to have fun, vent a little, and keep it cool. We're Bravo and Blazing. Before you head out, make sure you're subscribed on YouTube at Jenny Blaze, following Bravo and Blaze everywhere on social. Leave a 5-star review for the podcast. And for the extra tea you can't get here, join me on patreon.com/Bravo and Blaze. Catch replays, merch, and all the extras at bravoandblaze.com. And as always, until next time, stay lit, y'all. I should do it with this hand. Bye-bye.